Good Monday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team, where we are starting off our work week on a relatively quiet note here for the metro area. But in other places in parts of North Georgia have actually seen some rain moving through and a few isolated showers a little bit earlier today for those areas in Northeast Georgia. There are still a couple of those left right up 85 going into the South Carolina line there and into South Carolina near Lake Hartwell. We have not only a few showers but also a little bit of thunder and lightning with that one that's coming out of South Carolina moving into parts of North and East Georgia. The metro area right now is dry. We have been dry today and we will be dry for the rest of the nighttime hours. As we zoom in, you can see where we've been watching those showers. Now this is a 4-hour loop and it takes us back to the afternoon when, if you were watching us tonight at 4, 5 and 6 o'clock, I was tracking some of these showers here in parts of Rabun County, also in Union County, Towns County. We had a few of those showers in southern parts of Fannin County. A few of those went into Dawson County and into Pickens County. All of that, though, is now pretty much falling apart, but we do have a few other showers here going over to near Toccoa and right over here to the line there at Reed Creek, that is there at Lake Hartwell. So this is Hart County right here. This is Reed Creek there at Lake Hartwell. Here we have Franklin County. This is 85 through Livonia going into South Carolina. And this is that cell that we're watching right now that's just over the line into South Carolina, where we do have some thunder and lightning with that. And that is approaching the north end of Lake Hartwell. So hopefully there aren't really many people on the lake right now since it is so dark out there. But anybody near the water needs to be away from it now because of that thunder and lightning that is nearby in those areas. And all that we were watching earlier in Northeast Georgia has pretty much fallen apart. And even the showers that we were tracking earlier, they didn't last very long. They were moving. They didn't dump a lot of rain, but it was just a few showers over parts of Northeast Georgia, and now all of that is ending. Now, nothing going on here in the metro area. We have had dry weather here. It is mainly clear right now, just a few clouds mixing in, but even the satellite data not showing much in our area at all, with many clouds that are left over. And really over the entire state, it is pretty quiet here at this hour. We're not really seeing much going on down into central Georgia or even into parts of South Georgia. Pretty nice there along the Atlantic coast from South Carolina down into Florida. But that gets a little different, though, as you move up along the North Carolina coast and also into the mid-Atlantic region. Now, let me show you what we're watching there. We have an area of low pressure that is just off the coast of North Carolina. Now, this is not a tropical system or anything, even though when you look at this, you can see a little bit of a counterclockwise flow. So yes, it is a low pressure system, but not classified as a tropical depression or a tropical storm. But it's just pretty much sitting there and spinning just off of the coast, and that is spreading rain in to the North Carolina coast. The Virginia coast is going to be getting some of this rain too, as it looks like it's going to be moving inland most likely overnight tonight and during the day tomorrow. And what that's doing, it's going to bring some rain into those coastal regions, but it's also enhancing the easterly flow that we have in our area and sending some of this moisture over toward the west. And when that moisture hits the mountains here, it adds a little more lift. That moisture goes up, it condenses, and it becomes some rain. We call that orographic lift, when a mountain range actually helps to enhance the lifting mechanism and actually triggers some showers to develop. So we're seeing that there along the Appalachian Mountains, and some of those, that's what extended down into parts of Northeast Georgia just a little bit earlier today. Here is a live look. This is our tower cam right now in Blue Ridge, where we were watching those areas of North Georgia a little bit earlier. Of course, that's looking dark right now in Blue Ridge. We were watching the clouds that were a little bit thicker and even a few showers over parts of North Georgia. From our camera in Dahlonega there at the University of North Georgia a little earlier, we were able to see a few showers in the distance, but they, again, were very isolated. So Blue Ridge right now is dry. Here's a look at Athens. It has been dry over to the east of us in Athens too. You can see here the administration building here, That's the arch right there. We've got downtown Athens over here, and there are even some lights on right now at Sanford Stadium. So a nice night over in Athens at this hour. And then this is our tower cam on Arizona Avenue there in DeKalb County, right on the DeKalb-Fulton County line. Looking back toward the west, where we can see our beautiful skyline here over the city, everything is looking nice at this hour. Now check out the almanac. It got hot today. 88 degrees was our high temperature this afternoon. The average high for this time of year is now at 84. And you know, we've been watching those average highs go from the average high being 90 to then 89, 88, and we're seeing those average highs coming down a little bit as we get into September. And so now the average high for this time of year is 84. So we were 4 degrees above average today when that high temperature made it up to 88 degrees, but still nowhere near a record. It has been hotter on this date before. That was way back in 1927 when we got up to 97 degrees here on September 15th. And then look at the low. The record low for today's date, that was set even further back in 1892 when it was 50 degrees on this date for that record low temperature. Now, our low this morning was 66, and that's right where we should be for this time of year. 66 is the average low for today. Now, here's the thing we're watching. We're watching our rainfall deficit grow. Right now, we're about 2.5 inches below where we should be in rainfall. You see that departure right there. We didn't get any rain in our area today. We weren't expecting any. And even though we're seeing our rain chances over the next couple of days actually come up a little bit to only 20%, we're not really expecting a lot of rain in the rain bucket, if any of that actually hits at Hartsfield-Jackson, where we have the official rain gauge there. So it's interesting, we've had around 23, 24 days of no rain here officially at Hartsfield-Jackson. But if you'll remember, just not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, both Athens, where the Georgia game had a rain delay because of the heavy rain that came through, and you'll recall Georgia Tech also had a rain delay on that Saturday with some showers that came through with thunder and lightning. But on that day, nothing hit Hartsfield-Jackson. So I know it sounds weird. Many of you, I know a lot of you are saying, we haven't had rain in a long time. Well, some folks haven't, but some folks have, and that's that nature of those scattered showers. But officially at Hartsfield-Jackson, it has been about 23, 24 plus days without any rain here officially in Atlanta. So we are seeing the drought conditions expanding a little bit, and we'll have a new update on the drought monitor coming in here on your Thursday, where last Thursday it was abnormally dry. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting some moderate drought moving in by this coming Thursday, because we don't really expect any substantial rain to help us out a little bit. Here's where you see those temperatures that were cooler this morning. 67 is what you see here, but our low was officially 66 there within that hourly time range. And then we made it up. Now, I know you're seeing only mid-80s here on these hourlies, but we did bump up to 88 degrees in between these here for that official high, and we're now back down to the upper 70s in the Atlanta area. So this is what we're going to be watching over the next couple of days here. Now, I know it sounds odd to be really focusing on this 20% chance for a shower, but that is the best rain chance we've had in days. So rain chances are very low, and during the day tomorrow, if you even see an isolated shower developing out there, it would generally be between 2 and 7 o'clock. So that's going to be the time frame when I want you just to keep your eye open and be aware of maybe an isolated shower that could pop up here and there. I really think that a lot of us, though, are going to make it through the day without getting any rain at all. But there might be just that low rain chance at only 20% for an isolated shower. So what do you need to do? Well, keep your umbrella with you just in case. Chances are you won't need it, but if you do get one of those isolated showers, you'll be glad that you did have it with, again, not a lot of that rain is going to be around at all. After getting up to 88 degrees for a high temperature today, right now those temperatures are back down a little bit, 78. We're 10 degrees lower right now than we were when we had our high temperature a little bit earlier. Still kind of mild in Marietta at 76, also 76 in Gainesville. Canton's at 74, Rome's at 76, so we still have some mild air around. But there are some spots that are cooling off a little bit faster than we are here in Atlanta and in the other urban areas. Look at Peachtree City at 68, Thomaston 68, Carrollton 68, Athens is 68. And then we also have 60s up in North Georgia in the mountains in Blairsville and also in the Clayton area. We will be seeing tomorrow our temperature down to about 65 degrees to start the day, and then we start warming up pretty quickly. We eventually get up to around 87 in the afternoon, just 1 degree lower than we were today. We'll have a mixture of sunshine and clouds, and remember, not a high rain chance. Don't expect a lot of rain or a widespread coverage of rain. There's just a 20% chance that you'll get hit by a shower tomorrow, again with a couple of those isolated showers. So here's a look at the forecast track, and this will give you an idea potentially of the coverage that we're going to see for rain over the next couple of days, and it's really not that impressive here. There's that rain that we're watching right now there near Lake Hartwell and along the South Carolina and Georgia line. Notice how that pushes to the south. It's going to fall apart. Tomorrow morning, we will be dry in the metro area. A couple of showers, though, possible. A light shower here and there up in parts of northeast Georgia. And then at lunchtime, we're dry here in town, maybe an isolated shower to the north. Once we get into the afternoon hours with the heating of the day and a little bit of moisture in place, that's when we can see a couple of showers here on the south side potentially, and maybe a few more of those there along the South Carolina, Georgia line. Again, anything that develops would fade apart. And then on Wednesday, we still have another low rain chance at only 20%, but that might be not just confined to the afternoon hours. We could see a couple of showers possible on Wednesday morning developing. Still not widespread. You can just see that hit and miss variety of a few of those showers that we're going to have around. Any of those in the morning will die out at lunchtime, and then in the afternoon on Wednesday, see, still not a really widespread coverage, maybe just a couple of those little isolated showers that could develop here and there. And then going into Thursday, it'll be mainly dry. We're going to see more dry weather Thursday and Friday, but with that, it's really going to start warming up more. We'll get up to 89 on Thursday, and we're thinking on Friday, we're going to see a high around 90 degrees here for the afternoon. So here's a look at those rain chances. Low Tuesday and Wednesday, 20%, then dry Thursday, Friday, and then a 20% chance for shower again on Saturday, and that'll be into Sunday too. The rainfall comparison within the models, the American model is showing 0 rain, with maybe some spots picking up 1/10 of an inch. The European model is showing maybe a little bit more, possibly 2/10 of an inch, maybe 1/3 of an inch in Peachtree City. And again, this is over the 7-day period that gets us through next Monday. So that's what we'll be watching for. Not a lot of rain, but at least something. Better than nothing, right? Here's a look at your high temperatures. Look how they warm. 89 Thursday, 90 on Friday, then 89 again for Saturday. So this is what I really want you to know as we go through the week ahead. It's mainly going to be staying warm with temperatures still trending above the average by at least a few degrees, and maybe even up to 90 degrees, we mentioned, by Friday. We have the low rain chances at only 20% over the next couple of days, and then dry on Thursday as well as on Friday. Here's a look at the tropical outlook. We have been telling you about this tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa since last week. It is still progressing, moving across the Atlantic. It's just kind of trudging along there. It is getting a little better organized right now. You can see it right here, and you can see some of the convection in association with that wave here that is pushing across the Atlantic. The red shaded area shows where we think this system is going to be moving, and that is where the atmosphere is a little bit more conducive for development. And the National Hurricane Center is even feeling a little more confident about that development taking place. They're now going with a 60% chance of developing into a tropical depression or a tropical storm within the next 2 days, a 90% chance of developing into a depression or a storm within the next 7 days. The next name on the list is Gabrielle. Remember, we thought we were getting Gabrielle about a week or two ago, but it never happened. This one could become Gabrielle. But again, you can see it moving across the Atlantic, and would it potentially hit the northern Leeward Islands? Well, let me show you the latest on the spaghetti models. This is now officially an INVEST, which is a storm that the Hurricane Center is investigating. The consensus of the models of what we've been seeing is that it's going to curve away from the U.S. There are some outliers that try to get it closer to the Bahamas. We're just going to have to wait and see. We're not overly impressed with the threats there for this system actually making it to the United States. There's that area of low pressure there off the coast of North Carolina. It moves inland and then pushes away. We might see just that low rain chance pushing into our area here for Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, it's only at 20%. And then no rain chances Thursday and Friday. Back to low rain chances Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It gets hot on Thursday and Friday, with temperatures near 89 Thursday, 90 on Friday, and then 89 here for Saturday, and then back to the mid-80s on Sunday and Monday with that rain chance pushing into next week, but on the low end. Thanks for watching us here on this extended weather update on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We'll have another update for you tonight at 11 on 11 Alive News. And then, of course, numerous updates and a lot of other weather content here on Weather Impact 24/7 throughout the day tomorrow. So we hope you'll have a great night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you here again tonight at 11.